Aunties, uncles, and all our First Nations family gather close and hear this. On 23rd September 2025, the governments of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger issued a joint statement declaring that they are withdrawing from the Rome Statute, the treaty that created the International Criminal Court. Each of these countries ratified the statute between 2000 and 2004 and has cooperated with the court for more than 20 years, but their leaders now describe the ICC as a neo-colonial instrument of repression and a global symbol of selective justice. Under the treaty's own rules, a withdrawal takes effect 1 year after a country files its formal notice with the United Nations Secretary-General, so the clock is already running. This is not an empty gesture. Alongside the withdrawal, these nations are looking to a different future. Within the African Union, there is already a framework for a continental court, the Malabo Protocol, which was adopted in June 2014. It would give the African Court of Justice and Human Rights power to prosecute international crimes such as genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. 15 AU member states have signed the protocol, and one, Angola, has ratified it. When a simple majority of the 55 AU members ratify, the court will formally come into force. That is the arena these three countries intend to strengthen. A court born on African soil and controlled by African nations, not by judges in The Hague. This stands in stark contrast to what First Nations people in Australia have experienced. For decades, letters, petitions, and reports have been sent to governments, commissions, and international bodies. There have been open letters from Aboriginal leaders, submissions to the United Nations, appeals to the International Criminal Court itself. Many of these communications have received no reply or have been met with polite acknowledgement but no action. Even as recently as 27 May 2024, the Australian Centre for International Justice, the Human Rights Law Centre, and Amnesty International Australia wrote to the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, and the Foreign Minister, calling on the government to confirm support for the ICC and to condemn political interference. The public record shows no decisive response. The lesson is clear. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are no longer asking to be heard by institutions that ignore them. They have started to build their own path, rooted in their own authority and law, and the dates and documents prove it is happening. First Nations. People here can see in their actions a living example of sovereignty in motion. Justice does not wait for a distant court. It is claimed, built, and enforced by the people themselves. Australia always was and always will be First Nations' original sovereign land.